Hello, sixth graders. Today we're going to be simplifying and solving equations. Okay, let's take a look. So we're going to be using the distributive property while we do this. I don't have a study link for you today, but you can just follow along with some scratch paper. Go ahead and write this down. We have 4, and then we have in parentheses 5t minus 7, close parentheses, equals 10t plus 2. So we're going to have to multiply these out. So 4 times 5t equals 20t minus 4 times 7, which is 28, equals 10t plus 2. Okay? Well, let's put all the t's on one side. So I'm going to bring this 10t to this side. So I'm going to be subtracting it because it's a positive 10t. So I'm going to be subtracting 10t. So I'm left with 20t minus 10t. So I have 10t on this side. Now I'm going to be bringing negative 28 to the other side. So I'm going to be adding 28 because I'm bringing a negative 28 over. So it becomes a positive 28. So this equals 30. So right now I have 10t equals 30. Well, how do I get rid of t? I divide by 10. I divide by 10. 30 divided by 10 equals 3. So t equals 3. Let's do another problem here. I have 18, and then in parentheses I have m plus 6 equals 15m minus 6. So when I'm multiplying here, I'm going to go 18 times n, so I have 18m. And then I have to multiply 18 times 6. Use it on my calculator quick because I don't know what that is off the top of my head. 18 times 6 equals 108, so I'm going to make this a positive 108 because I have a plus sign here. Equals 15m minus 6. Okay, let's see where I want to move my numbers around. Let's go ahead and move negative or positive 15 over to this side. So I'm going to be taking a positive 15. I'm going to be subtracting 15m. So I'm left with positive 3m. I'm going to bring this 108 over to the 6. So I have 108. It's going to be minus 108 because it's going to be negative now. So I have negative 6 plus a negative 108, so I'm left with a negative 114. So if I'm taking a look at this problem here, I have negative 114 is equal to 3m. Well, if I'm going to divide by 3, I have a negative 114. So 114 divided by 3 equals 38. Because I'm dividing a negative number by a positive number, I have a negative answer. Moving on. I have 4, and then in parentheses 12 minus 8w, close parentheses, equals w minus 8. Well, if I'm solving this, I'm going to go 4 times 12, which gives me 48, minus 4 times 8, which is 32w. I could also read this as 4 times a negative 8. It's still a negative 32w, equals w minus 18. Okay. I'm going to break this apart here. I'm going to bring this negative 32 over to the right. So I'm going to be adding a 32w over here. So that means I have a 33w on this side. And now I'm going to be bringing this negative 18 to the other side, which means I'm going to be adding 18 to 48. 48 plus 18 equals 66. So if I rewrite my problem, I have 66 equals 33w. Well, how do I get rid of the w? I have to divide by 33. Divide by 33. 66 divided by 33 equals 2. So 2 is my answer. Next problem. I have 3g plus 8, and then in parentheses 2g minus 6, close parentheses, equals 2 plus 14g. If I write this out, I'm going to write 3g here, plus 8 times 2 is 16g. 8 times negative 6 is a negative 48, equals 2 plus 14g. I'm going to combine my like terms, so 3 plus 16 is 19g, minus 48 equals 2 plus 14g. Let's see what I can do here. Let's bring these g's over to the other side. So I have a positive 14, so this becomes a negative 14g. So 19 minus 14 equals 5g. I'm going to go ahead and bring this negative 48 to the other side to this 2. So I'm going to be adding 48 because there was a negative here. Now it's a positive. 2 plus 48 equals 50. So when I rewrite my problem, it's 5g equals 50. I divide by 5 to get rid of the g. 50 divided by 5 equals 10. Let's see what the next problem has for us. I have a negative 7, and then in parentheses I have 1 minus 4y, close parentheses, equals 13, and then in parentheses 2y minus 3. Well, if I'm multiplying these, 7 times 1 is negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Negative 7 times negative 4y is a positive 28y, because 7 times 4 is 28, but a negative times a negative will equal me a positive, equals 13 times 2y is 26y. 13 times a negative 3 will give me a negative 39. Because 3 times 13 is 39, because it's but 13 is positive and 3 is negative, a positive times a negative equals a negative. Let's move these around here. I'm going to move the negative or the positive 26y to this side, so I'm going to subtract 26y because it was positive here, now it's negative. So I have 2y on this side, because 28 minus 26. Now I'm going to bring the positive or the negative 7 over here to be a negative or a positive 7. So 39 plus 7 will give me a negative 32. If I rewrite my problem, I have 2y equals negative 32. Well, if I divide negative 2, or if I divide 2y by 2 to get rid of the y, I have to divide this by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16, but a negative 32 divided by a positive 2 is a negative 16 for an answer. Here's another one. 4n plus 5, and then in parentheses I have 7n minus 3, close parentheses, equals 9, then in parentheses n minus 5. So I'm going to write 4n plus 5 times 7n is 35n. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15, equals 9 times n is 9n. 9 times negative 5 is a negative 45. Let's see what problems I should move on this one. Well, let's combine like terms. 4n plus 35n is 39n minus 15 equals 9n minus 45. New color here. I'm going to move this 9n over to this side. So it's a negative 9n. So now I have 30n on this side. Then I'm going to move that negative 15 to the opposite side. So it's heading over here. So it was a negative 15 here, so it's a positive 15 now. So that leaves me with a negative 30. If I rewrite my problem, kids, it's a 30n equals negative 30. If I divide by 30, my answer will be a negative 30 divided by 30, which is negative 1. Okay. I'm hoping these examples of problems are going to help you out. You're going to see problems just like this today. They're super easy, but it's kind of like order of operations. We have to take things slowly, step by step. I change colors throughout the lesson to really help you out. Good luck, and I look forward to working in math today.